Hello, welcome to my channel and welcome to April's energy reading. I wanted to do a short reading for this month's energies and it looks really beautiful, very powerful and to the point. This reading I was guided to pull from the Starseed Oracle deck, the Angels and Ancestors deck, and the Moonology deck. And I'll kind of explain as I go. So the first card I pulled was this beautiful card, the Star Keeper. And right next to it, Trust the Timing. And as I pulled the Star Keeper card, I heard in my head, wow, the people watching this video are such amazing old souls, here to really ground and anchor the light for this time that we're in. So thank you for being here, and thank you for being a part of my spiritual family and soul family here through the ethers, through the virtual world, and in the physical world if I know you or have worked with you before. So yeah, you are powerful. Know that if you're watching this video, you are a star keeper. You're a cosmic ancestor is what it says. Seed the light by staying grounded. And so this is a reminder to us that there is, well, actually this whole reading is a reminder to us that there are really a lot of downloads and energies coming in right now. Upgrades we are releasing a lot of karmic energy from our entire being, and we're anchoring more of our light body and our soul light into this realm and more love into this realm. We've been doing that, of course, actively for many years, but it is increasing and accelerating all the time. So 2021 continues to be intense in a different way than 2020. It seems that 2020 kind of catapulted us forward into this age and time of transformation. So there are a lot of ascended old souls here. As Dolores Cannon talks about the waves of volunteers, there are many cosmic star beings here who are here to help shift the planet and the consciousness on the planet at this time. So thank you all for being here and for listening to this reading. I'm in deep gratitude for you, honestly. You make me feel less alone in the world, knowing that there are others holding the light and anchoring and remembering these times and places, and that we're not crazy, that we're all connected. And a lot of us remember, and more of us are waking up and remembering. And so this next card says, trust the timing. You are not missing the wave. Trust the wave you came in on. You are not going to miss what's coming for you, what you are aligned with, what you are choosing to be in your highest calling right now. So again, thank you for that. And so these two cards above here I pulled later to just kind of clarify. They wanted to go above those two cards, and they told me they're call on the ancestors. You are the ascended one. You are an ancient one, and you're a wise one, and you are a sage. So be devoted and committed to this growth, this spiritual growth within you, and this deeper connection to love. You are the wise one. Grow within your current situation. See everything that's happening to you as an opportunity to embody more love and to bring more light into your life and more love and light into the planet. So because whatever we do for ourselves, we do for each other and for the whole planet and for the whole cosmos. So as we're going through this process, call on your ancestors, call on your help, your guides and angels. Know that you are the wise one and you are the sage, and that the help is all around you. You are this star keeper. You are this ancient one, here to ground light onto the planet. And so trust the timing, and know that anything you can do right now for grounding will be extremely helpful in integrating and embodying these new frequencies and energies that are coming in. And they're coming whether we're ready for them or not. So grounding will really help bring that into the planet, bring that into our bodies, our lives, help the whole transition and transformation be much more graceful and joyful than resisting it. And there's another card here that refers to that in a little bit, of not resisting this. Intelligence of life, the flow. So while we're in this phase, we're being reminded to surrender to the sweetness. Venus energy, pleasure, joy, making love to life. So surrendering to the sweetness of life, not fighting with everything inside of you and everything around you, trusting the timing of not only your own process, but the process of the planet and the process of those in your life, your loved ones and those around you. Trust this timing. Know that we are all here to be a part of this shift. And in the meantime, be patient, and you can enjoy this patience by surrendering to the sweetness. So remember to have fun, and we're coming into spring. At least in the Northern Hemisphere, that means things are warming up. And either way, it's a time there's sweetness in the winter months as well, as we know, cozied up with the fire in a book or whatever the case is. So just enjoy life. Know that everything is in perfect order. Lost lands, this reminds me of, so this is talking about the Lemurian times, the Atlantean times, the times of Avalon, a connection to times of the past. We are, as many of you know, we are collectively basically healing the cycle of the Atlantean culture and civilization, the process that culture and civilization went through, and the energies of Lemuria, reintegrating the codes of the divine feminine here on planet Earth, which the civilization of Mu and Lemuria held so completely, and Avalon too, magic within the planet and within nature and within ourselves. So that really being another key theme here, because later we have the magic guardian that's kind of speaking to the whole reading and just reminding us that the magic is within us. We are the power. We have the power. So these lost lands, this is coming up collectively. We are reintegrating, healing, transmuting, making it much better. That's the exciting news. We are bringing it into peace and healing and completion. And this month there does feel to be a bit of completion energy with some of these karmic ties and moving into birthing what's new. So also from these lost lands, we're also aligning with these time periods right now. If you're listening to this reading, Spirit's telling me that you are very aligned with these time periods of Atlantis, Lemuria, Avalon, etc. If I've missed any that you resonate with, those are the big ones. So there are codes that you are remembering from those time periods right now, and they are deep and they are powerful and very transformational. So know that this is a process we're in right now. Trust the timing. Know that you are a cosmic ancestor. You are an ancient one. You have been here. You have the gifts. So you are in the process of rebirthing some of these gifts from these lifetimes. Just know that that's what is in process, and anything that is within you that is not allowing this to be a smooth process, that is not allowing this to happen, is having to be faced and released, and you are receiving these new codes, which can be very disorienting sometimes, very exhilarating, sometimes difficult. So just whatever you're experiencing, just really be okay with whatever it is and give yourself whatever self-love and self-care and time that you can and that you need. And know that this is big. You really are reintegrating parts of your soul and remembering these deeper parts of who you are and what you're going to bring forward into this new time, because we really are moving into a new time. And it's an exciting process. So the next card is a child of the cosmos, and this card is really pointing to that divine intelligence within all of us, that life force, that part of us that knows exactly how to heal, what to do, that can trust the universe and spirit. So knowing that when we resist this flow of the cosmos, this intelligence within us, that our life gets harder. And that these changes that we're going through are only going to be harder if we don't trust that this force, it has a knowledge, it has an intelligence far beyond what our ego minds or any part of us can really understand in this dimension, at least. So know that it is a time of trust. And then again, next to that, we have the star ancestors, that hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. And this is showing Atlantis and the Egyptian, Syrian beings there in the clouds, in the constellations. And so this is, again, reminding me as I pulled this card of looking deeper within yourself, knowing there is something deeper within you. And if you just trust the unknown, because then the next card is the void. And so trusting the unknown, the fertile darkness, knowing that seeds have been planted. Your desires of your heart, this divine intelligence is moving through you. The remembrance of past lives, the DNA activation, this is all automatic in this time period. We don't even have to sit and meditate or listen to YouTube videos to make it happen. This is part of what we're receiving from the cosmos in light codes, in the Schumann resonance, in like through the solar codes and the moon codes and all kinds of things from nature, from Gaia, from each other, from our star being friends. So know the seeds are planted, and just trust the intelligence of the life. You have to trust, have a little faith right now, and trust the unknown, and know that these things are emerging within you, and that it's all going to be wonderful, that it's all going to be very fruitful, and for the highest good for you and the planet. We are moving into a phase where more happiness is available to us. So then a reminder that we are in the Earth School here, that we are here to learn lessons, and that's part of the unknown as well. That's part of how we learn the lessons, that's part of how our intuition stays open, is when we can surrender to this process, this divine intelligence. We can find possibilities, hear guidance and messages that we cannot hear if we're resisting. So know that Earth School that's what we're here to do. And it might even be a good time for you to embark on learning something new. That could be a possibility when this card comes up too. And trusting the unknown process of this, the beginning feelings of this, knowing it's a good time to study. Also, I really feel strongly, given that we just came through this Equinox portal, with so much I've been listening to from astrologers and different things about coming through the full moon in Libra, that relationships seem to be a theme, and for now and throughout April, that relationships are definitely one of the biggest learning grounds, lesson grounds that we have here on this planet. So know that that is a big part of what we're experiencing this month too, having faith in that process, knowing that relationships are really teaching us a lot right now. If we can open our hearts and listen, if we can stay open and have faith that seeds are being planted. And these seeds from the past are part of what's being planted, and they're waking up. And if we can trust the divine intelligence, the cosmic intelligence within us, then all of this can be activated without seemingly any effort from us on a conscious level. This is all happening. We are in Earth School. These lessons are here. We might as well, do what we can to shift our perspective into a place of feeling like we're getting joy from this and we're learning. So know that it's okay that whatever the relationship is, if you're learning from it now, if it's difficult right now, take it as an opportunity to open your heart more and to grow more. And then the Water Guardian appeared in this reading and wanted to be in this place in it. So she is an angel reminding us that our emotions are the key to so many of these codes and so many of these messages that want to awaken within us. Our emotions are like our somatic messages. It's our somatic communication. So allow whatever emotions need to come up throughout this month as we move through these times, and know that they are teaching you and freeing you. And even if you don't understand them, a lot of the emotions that are coming up for you, that are being triggered in everyday situations, that are coming up for you, are a part of this whole scenario of, and even this one reminds me of past lives as well. Even so, there's a lot coming up as far as emotions from the past, like things from karma, from old experiences that our DNA remembers, that we remember on a soul level, but we might not consciously remember. So some of what you're feeling might have to do with that. And so this Water Guardian is telling us, allow those feelings to come up, because they have messages within them. So just surrender to them. Over here we have the fall into my arms. So surrender, holding on to the opposites, the extremes of life. So trusting this process, this growth process of contraction and expansion, of dark and light, allowing these emotions to come up and free us, knowing that they're as painful as they are, if we can surrender, and if we can surrender to the sweetness of life, it will be easier to remember to fall into the arms of the divine. You can think of the Divine Mother, if that is a comforting image for you, or the source light. So fall into the arms, surrender. It's not surrender in a kicking and screaming kind of way. It's surrender in this joyful, ecstatic way of like, oh yes, I can relax now. I can take it easy for a little while. And I feel like that message is going on in here too, with the trust the timing and surrender to the sweetness of life, and that you're in the void for a while. So knowing that it's okay to just fall into the arms of the divine for a little while. Know that you're the magic, that magic is happening in your life. Seeds are planted. All is being fertilized and fed with water. The water guardian, she is fertilizing the seeds. Everything is going to be fine. Your emotions are fertilizing the seeds. So let everything move through you. And the seer is showing up in here to tell us again, trust the unknown. You don't know what is behind the scenes taking place. And this is part of a human lesson. I believe that we all have this attachment, I think, through the ego self, through the fear of separation. We all have this attachment to control. So again, the void and the seer right next to each other, a reminder that things are being conducted behind the scenes. Things are happening in a really good way. Things are changing, things are shifting for the positive. We are all being birthed into a new age, into a new time of very positive prospects. So trust that you don't have to know what's happening. Just have faith and move forward. Trust the divine. Let the divine intelligence, the cosmic intelligence within you, let that just lead you forward. Let your emotions come forward. Let yourself trust and follow the sweetness and surrender, and you will know what to do. And the Peacekeeper came out also, and it says let go of the need to be right, and it is right under the card that I feel is talking about relationships and lessons in life. So I feel like this has to do with interpersonal relationships and possibly intimate relationships, but also with relationships with people out there in the world. From what I heard from an astrologer, and I will list her down below, things are going to get a little easier throughout April, as far as be a little lighter, as far as people getting along a little better, and things have been very tense through 2020. So knowing that in relationships, sometimes you just have to take the high road. You don't always have to be right. We sometimes feel like we have to fight and make our point, and we don't. It's not necessary. It's not helpful. Sometimes it's just better to take the high road, not necessarily need to be right or wrong. Let it go. And in that process, we often find solutions in higher ground that we couldn't find before. Things become available to us when we let go of being right. And this is very important in relationships right now, collectively and on personal levels, like I was saying. Oops, sorry. So that is another important theme right now and throughout April, and will help you get through this Earth School lessons. Remembering that you don't have to know everything, you don't have to be right, you don't have to control everything, especially not your emotions. Remember that your emotions, think of your emotions of like watering the garden right now. Whatever is coming up has a message for you. Inner Earth came up, and I've been feeling a lot of messages and codes from Inner Earth. I'm just putting on a light language transmission meditation for this month. That I feel is very inner earth driven and has a lot of dragon energy in it too. So I will be posting that soon as well. But I'm feeling a lot of inner earth energy right now, so I'm not surprised Agartha, this card. Inner earth is also known as Agartha. So I'm not surprised this came up. And it says, you'll survive this. Many of you out there I know need to hear that. You will survive this. New solutions and beginnings are here. Not just coming, they are here. And part of how they are here is by you relaxing and trusting and surrendering to the sweetness of life and trusting the timing of everything. And that's how these new solutions come up. Several of these cards are indicating that it is highly beneficial to change your routine right now, to allow yourself to experience something new, even if it's something small, even if it's just changing around a few things you normally do in your week or your day, or pushing yourself just slightly outside your comfort zone. Right now, that is what will help support new possibilities and new ideas and new perspectives and new directions coming in that are necessary for what we are birthing into through this month of April, which is, I remember, soul plan, the fated life, excuse me, the fated life versus, I'm getting a frog, hold on, of course, because this is such a powerful card. Sorry, the fated life versus the destiny life. So I remember my soul plan. So the message in this card is I feel like it's so vital. It's such a great, it's actually the last card of this reading, even though it's laid out the way I laid it out with qualifiers and clarifiers. I don't know why I say that. There's qualifiers for me and clarifiers. So anyway, the way I laid it all out, this is the last card. And so it takes courage to step into this destiny life. It's very easy to just go with the fated life, just ride along on the track you're on and not push your fears and, just stay comfortable. That's the fated life, and you get what you get and you end up where you end up. And then the destiny life is when you really step into this knowing that you can really engage with this life and embody a soul purpose in this life and an alignment and a destiny, and you can really get the most out of this experience. That is a choice, and it requires courage because it requires a lot of releasing of karmic patterns and old ways of being and having to face your fears and shadow parts and things that aren't that fun, but it also really brings forward the opposite of that, the ability to go just as deep into joy and ecstasy and the experience of a really powerfully joyful embodied experience of life, a very aligned life where you feel fulfilled and happy to get up every day. So this is us remembering, we remember, I remember the soul plan. And I'm going to choose it, and how I'm going to choose it is by really doing the work that I came here to do. By really facing my fears and really allowing myself to open to more love, no matter what the situation, no matter what it looks like, no matter how much I want to shut down. Remembering that the alignment is in my courage, in my faith, in my trust, in my love, and in following this divine intelligence, the cosmic intelligence of the universe, not fighting it, but surrendering, knowing that it might be scary, but you can trust this force. You can trust this knowing. That is how we remember. And then I drew the Moonology cards as just a final statement, kind of a summary, it seems like, on this whole thing. So adjustments are required, clearly. We are all going through quite so many shifts. And part of how we get through these receiving of DNA upgrades and letting go of the old is through adjusting our perspectives, behaviors, habits, ways of being, and really working with ourselves. So if we want this life, this destiny life, then adjustments are required. And a win-win outcome is forecast. And that's even the full moon in Libra, what we just went through. So I feel like that is significant. That for you all who are watching to know that whatever it is that you're moving through right now, a win-win outcome is in forecast for all of you, for all of us. So you're going to have to work through your fears. There's no way around it. There's no spiritual bypassing. We have to work through our fears individually and collectively, but there is a win-win. So we can do it. We have trust. We have faith. Nothing is set in stone. So no matter what things look like now, know that we are in a time of flux and change, and this can change whatever is happening right now. The seeds are being planted. We don't know what it's going to look like yet. Nothing's set in stone. And along with that card that came right with it is take the time to breathe out. So I feel like together they're saying nothing is set in stone, just relax. Take some time to breathe. Let yourself just really take the time to rest and let these seeds gestate. Let this grow. And so surrender to the sweetness of life while you're in this period of breathing out. Just do what makes you happy. Relax, be joyful, spend time with friends if that's what makes you happy. Enjoy. And know that this is a time for healing. This is a very important time for healing for you and collectively. I love the green, blue, purple colors there too. Well, actually, and then there's purple here, and then we move into pink, into the heart, and it says luck is on your side. Sagittarius moon, very positive. So luck is on your side. It's a time for healing. Go within. Trust the process. Know that you are becoming more and more of your authentic self as your destiny life, as you're setting this up, as you're becoming. You're here to anchor this light. You're here to anchor this purpose. And you have, if you're listening to this video, you clearly have a purpose for this new earth, for this new time that we are moving into. And so we are in the process of planting those seeds, is what I'm really feeling for April. And what an appropriate time as we move, at least here in the Northern Hemisphere, as we move into spring. So thank you so much for listening to this video and for being here with me and being on the planet with me at this time. We are all holding the light, and you are the waves of volunteers. You are the star seeds. You are the cosmic ancestors, the ancient ones, the gatekeepers. Some part of you remembers this, and now is the time to remember. So again, thank you so much for being here and for shining your light. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful month. Love and blessings to you. Blessed be.